Good pasta YouTube, how's it going everybody? Hopefully everybody is having a good day today. It is Monday when this will most likely be uploaded, but I want to go ahead and say thank you to everybody for reaching our like goal on my previous Wi-Fi battle. It took 2 days, but we did manage to hit 400 likes, which is awesome because when you guys do like a video and reach and surpass the like goal, it really does motivate me to want to upload for you guys even more. And clicking the like button is actually very helpful for videos to get noticed. So thank you everybody who's been reaching and clicking the like goals as of recently when I started doing them. Now this is an OU battle. I've been trying to do more OU battles because I've really been sticking to like UU and NU and PU, but I do have some OU battles saved up, and I actually had this one the other day. This was against one of my followers from Twitter. Unfortunately, man, I don't know your name, but I'm just gonna call you Jesse, but I will leave his Twitter link down in the description. I don't know if he uploads or not, but if he does, I'll also leave his channel link down in the description so you guys can go check him out and ask him for a battle possibly. Now, much like the other Wi-Fi battles, if we can get this one up to 400 likes, I will definitely upload another video for you guys tomorrow, maybe even 2 if I can. Now, this is not one of my teams. This is a team that I got from my very good friend Joey, aka PokeMMD. And looking at my opponent's team, he has a very solid built rain team. Going into this battle, the biggest threat I saw was going to be that Ludicolo and Tornadus, just because Tornadus can spam hurricanes and Ludicolo in the rain with the modest nature is actually pretty scary because Swim is not currently banned. So he's going to be leading off with the Tornadus, as I'm going to be leading off with my Latios. So right off the bat he goes for the knockoff, which I'm able to live. As I go for the side shock, I get off a solid 40% amount of damage, and then hoping that I could live a U-turn, I'm actually going to stay in because this is more of a bulky offensive Latios, and I'm just going to stay in, and I believe I do end up going for the roost, just scouting out to see if he would want to go for another knockoff or go for the U-turn to switch out, as he brings in the Politoed. I am fearing this Politoed being possibly choice specs and hitting me with an ice beam, which even though I am bulky, Latios will not appreciate a choice specs ice beam. So what I'm gonna do is switch directly into my Manaphy, and because he has the rain up, even if he did get the 10% freeze, I would get unthaw because of Manaphy's ability, which is hydration, which in the rain at the end of every turn, any status condition that Manaphy has is gone. So he ends up going for the ice beam, doesn't freeze me, which is nice, and then I'm going to predict him to predict me to go for the energy ball, and I'm actually going to go for the ice beam as he switches into the Rotom, which I found to be very odd because I mean this turn I will outspeed him and hit him with an energy ball, but as you're about to find out, he turns out to be scarfed with thunder, and my mind was just like, what? I did not at all see that coming. That just completely blew my mind, but that is the element of surprise, and I lose my Manaphy, which would have been a really big help for me in this battle. As I switch into my Garchomp, I know that he is locked into the Thunder, so I'm just going to take this opportunity to get out my Stealth Rock as he brings in the Trevenant. Unfortunately, with me losing my Manaphy, nothing on my team wants to take a Will-O-Wisp. So I switch into my Thundurus, which isn't going to be too bothered by the Will-O-Wisp just because I am especially offensive variant, but that residual damage is going to get very annoying down the line. So I'm just going to stay in, and I believe I do actually end up going for the Hidden Power Ice, thinking that he might predict me to go for the taunt and go for like a Horn Leech or something along those lines, as he ends up switching out into the Tornadus. And I'm thinking this Tornadus was Assault Vest, but then again that Hidden Power Ice did a lot of damage to that Tornadus for it to be assault vested, and because I do have the prankster ability, I'm going to be able to outspeed the Tornadus because I did go for a non-offensive move. Not only that, but I do actually manage to get the full paralysis, which is going to be very, very helpful for me because now I put him in a position where if he wants to switch out with Tornadus, it's going to be just about useless to him because he is slower than my whole team, and he knows this, so he's just going to decide to fodder off the Tornadus, which is not a bad play whatsoever. And I don't think Tornadus really would have been able to do anything to my Thundurus. I mean, most of them carry a Hurricane as their offensive move, which I am an electric type, but then again, it would have done a decent bit of damage, and then knockoff really wouldn't have affected me too much. As he brings in the Politoed, the way he brought in Politoed had me thinking that he was actually a Choice Scarf variant, so what I'm going to do is stay in and go for the Thunder Wave. This way, I can cripple Politoed and be able to outspeed it with my Scizor or my Tyranitar later in the battle, but as you're going to find out later, he actually turns out to be Damp Rock, so he plays this bluff very, very well, and he's going to be able to easily knock me out with the Scald, which the fact that he had Scald already told me that he wasn't Scarfed. So I'm still thinking that he's maybe choice spec. So I bring in my Latios thinking that he's locked into the skull, but no, he switches some moves, and this is where I find out that he most likely is Damn Brock. As he goes for the Ice Beam, he gets a crit, which I might have mattered actually, because as I said, I am a more defensive variant of Latios, and I would have been able to live and go for another side shock to get off a bit more damage on the Politoed. As I bring in my Garchomp, I thought that the Earthquake was way too obvious, so I decided to go for it anyways, thinking he would switch into the Azumarill, predicting me to go for the Outrage. But no, he brings in the Rotom, and thankfully my Garchomp is able to live a Hydro Pump in the rain. Keep in mind that I am actually a naive nature, which is minus special defense, so the fact that I lived that is really impressive in my opinion. Unfortunately though, I am locked to the Outrage, and if this Azumarill had actually been a Belly Drum variant of Azumarill, I would have got swept right here. Luckily though, he most likely is a Choice Banded or Splash Plate, as he's going to be able to finish me off with a Waterfall. Luckily though, I do have the Rough Skin and Rocky Helmet damage, which is going to be wearing down this Azumarill, so I can get off that well needed residual damage to score a one-hit KO with the Stone Edge coming from my Tyranitar. Now my Tyranitar is actually a Choice Scarf variant, but if I'm not mistaken, even if it wasn't Choice Scarf, max speed Tyranitar is still faster than Azumarill, so I'm able to knock him out with the Stone Edge. To be honest, I don't think the Stone Edge crit might have mattered, just because after that residual damage from Rocky Helmet, Stealth Rocks, and Rough Skin, I would have brought him down to a point where Stone Edge had a chance to knock him out, or would have knocked him out actually. As he brings in the Trevenant, this thing is actually a huge problem, just because I really do not want anything on my team to get burned. Unfortunately, as you saw there, he misses the Will-O-Wisp, and that miss is actually very crucial, because now my Tyranitar is not crippled by the burn, and I'm going to be able to stay in on this Politoed, knowing that I outspeed him, and knowing that if I do land this Stone Edge, I will be able to knock him out with it. Unfortunately though, he still has that Ludicolo, which the rain is up, and if he does end up knocking out my Scissor with the Hydro Pump, and I don't get off a bit of damage on this Ludicolo, a Jolly, Scarf Crunch, or Stone Edge will not be enough to knock out this Ludicolo. So I switch directly into my Scissor, hoping that I can live a Hydro Pump, but he chokes and he goes for the Giga Drain, I guess not wanting to risk missing the Hydro Pump, as now I'm going to be able to Mega Evolve, knowing that a Mega especially defensive Scizor should be able to live a Hydro Pump coming from Ludicolo, because I did run a damage calc. I'm going to be able to live the Hydro Pump, go for the knockoff, and get off enough damage to the point where I can just bring in Tyranitar and in return revenge kill him. So I managed to live the Hydro Pump, go for the knockoff, and this Bullet Punch is actually going to fail to knock him out, but he does actually end up missing the Hydro Pump, and I did feel a little bit bad about that. Plus, I wanted to end this off with Tyranitar, because as you saw, Tyranitar hit like 5 Stone Edges in a row, which is really impressive considering the fact that I have bad luck and Stone Edge is only 80 accuracy. So the fact that I managed to hit 5 in a row is really damn impressive. So I bring in my Tyranitar, and I'm going to be able to finish off the Ludicolo with the Crunch, and that is going to be the narrow 1-0 victory in my favor. So yeah, that was definitely a fun, intense game, man. I actually thought this battle was not going to be that great, but it definitely came down to the wire. Unfortunately though, as I said, that miss with Will-O-Wisp from Trevenant was very crucial. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you did, as I said, if we can get this video up to 400 likes or more, I will definitely make sure to upload another video for you guys tomorrow, maybe even 2 if I can. And actually, I'm going to try to put out more Wi-Fi battles, and I'll still be doing my showdown stuff and my Egglock parts and all that. But yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy the battle, and if you missed my previous uploads, they are playing on your screen right now. Also, if you missed my live narrated Facecam PIP, whatever you want to call it, Wi-Fi battle, link to that will be down in the description, as well as my upload on Lumio Station that went up yesterday, if you guys want to go check that out and give me some support. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your night and or day. And with that, guys, I will see you all tomorrow, hopefully. So later, everybody.